Well, good day. Here, Entrepreneur News Minute for October 25th, 2024. Phil Greenwood from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Wisconsin School of Business, Weinert Center for Entrepreneurship, Emeriti Professor. Today I want to briefly talk about an article that was in the Harvard Business Review that I think very much relates to any type of situation where somebody is interviewing for a job, but especially in small businesses, startups, where the key steps in hiring people or being hired, it plays such an important role. If you're a startup and you hire somebody who doesn't work out, it can decimate your company when you only have several employees. So some things to look out for, both things that employers focus on, but also that employees or potential employees should focus on when interviewing. The article came from the Harvard Business Review, and you can see the link on the online version from October 9th by Eva Chan. And what the article cites is just the four red flags that interviewers cite for not hiring someone. In other words, what they're really saying is the job interview still matters. It's no longer just post on LinkedIn and a good resume, good CV, and you're hired. But a lot of things go into it. But the job interview is still so important. So in the article, there's pretty much the four red flags that come out. And let me just quickly list them for you and a few thoughts on them. First off, the article cites, and this was based on a survey of over 600 HR professionals who do interviewing. The first thing they look at, red flag number one, was dishonesty, which I think makes sense. If you're going to be dishonest on your CV, your resume, your interview, whatever, probably a good chance you're going to be dishonest in the job. So the number one reason why people get bounced from an interview from not hiring, they're dishonest. So make sure that if there's any type of information that is unclear, make it clear. Make sure that if there's any holes in your resume, be honest about what that means. Things like, I was out of work for a while. Just be upfront. The number two red flag is rudeness or rude behavior. Again, if you're going to be rude in an interview, you're probably going to be rude in a job, and nobody wants to work with that, as silly as that sounds. Now, one of the things that's cited in the interview article is, hey, if you're going to be late for a job interview, just contact people, but be nice about it and smile. Number three, criticizing other employees and criticizing past employers. Highly thought of as bad behavior and a red flag, and you will not be hired. Unless maybe you're like a star employee, but even then. Sometimes interviewers will try to bait you into what your thoughts were about previous bosses, people you worked with, companies. Just say, you can always just deflect and just say, I didn't look upon it as anybody's fault. Take your own responsibility and move on. But try to not criticize others. And then finally, and I see this as really important in an interview, come prepared, because the fourth red flag cited in the article is job prospect employees come in unprepared. They don't know the company, they don't know the people, they can't answer questions because they just look unprepared. They didn't get good night's sleep, whatever. Just prepare for the interview like you would for anything. Follow these four things, you're probably going to enhance your ability. It's amazing how many people show one of these red flags and don't get hired. Whereas if you can focus on not having one of these red flags show up in an interview, you probably enhance your ability to get hired.